that shit, man. Every time you turn the TV on, it's just a Jake that's sold out and all. It's just, man, this shit gets boring, man. You look at it, it's like, you say, like this, you know what I mean? It's like some warped world, like. It's just another Jake sold out and worshipping this, worshipping that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you bored of that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking hell, bro. Every time you turn it, it's just some Murph shit. Like, that's the golden calves, man. That's the deals they get today.
It's like a carrot in front of a donkey, bro.
Bro, it's like, how much of that is happening, though? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you watch it, it's like, aren't you sick of this? Like, it's like a revolving, it's constant, the same shit.
It's on automatic.
Yeah, it's like repetitive bullshit, man.
You sure?
Exodus 32.
That golden calf, man. But then the invisible things, the things that of the Lord, y'all ain't trying to hear that, man. But then every Sunday, you best believe Jake's up in that church, man. Every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Praying to Esau. Really, because they pray to Esau. They do pray to Esau, man. I want deals, Esau. That's when you niggas get deals, that's like you guy in church, man. It's the same shit. Same shit. Get their little nasty deals and you getting bored of that, man. We want this place to be destroyed, man.
Well, when you go protesting, that's making supplication to Esau. That's a supplication. When you put them placards out there,
same.
Esau, you're begging. You know?
Yeah. Help us, please. Please, Esau.
Supplications, man.
This is Exodus 32 and 2. And Aaron.
You know, it shows you, I'm sorry, man, because there's a good show. There's a good show I watch. It's a show called Godfather of Harlem, and it's a Bumpy Johnson. And Bumpy Johnson was a Harlem Jake, right? And it shows you in that, man, how the civil rights movement, Esau was fucking Jake up. It shows you that, even in that mafia shit, Jake was at the bottom even in that, man, because he had to deal with the Italians and he was getting fucked over and it all went back to race. It shows you that. But then you niggas still beg Esau. And a lot of them old Jakes know shit like that too, but they still beg Esau. Jake's done that here, man. The Lord's got to fuck this place up, man.
Esau runs all the criminal world is run by Esau. The head of all crime is Esau. And does it generate money? Yeah. Okay, so Esau's gonna be in control of that.
And he said to him, one Jake, the Italian guy, the Italian guy, because he had to get drugs off them and all that stuff, Bumpy Johnson. And even Bumpy Johnson, he got racial with it. Because see, them at Jakes used to think like that before. He got racial with it, man. He told him, he goes to him, you know why I sell drugs? He said in Harlem, because I want to destroy blacks, he said. The Italian guy was saying that to him. And Bumpy Johnson got racial. He thought, fuck this. Because he was thinking, now Jake's done, innit? But he was thinking more on racial terms, man. But you know, like to so-called uplift Jake and that. It was Malcolm X but then this is all done, man. You didn't have the truth, man.
And they sold the Italian mafia down the river anyway. That's why they started making all kind of movies about the Italian, but they ain't never made a movie about the Jewish mafia. They sold the Italian mafia down the river, because really, they weren't really running shit either. There's levels to this shit, man. At the top of it all is all Edomites, man, running everything. They're big boys, and they allow different dudes to do what they do. Different mafias, different criminal organizations. And then they get out of line or they ain't feeling them no more. Then the full arm of the law comes down on their ass. They start catching the heat. They get 6'9", and then that's the 9 Trey Bloods. They end up like the 9 Trey Bloods, man, all doing life sentences. So Esau run like the brother said. So where you gonna go? That's why we need a new kingdom. Because even these niggas think they rebelling by going into the drug world. You might as well be working in McDonald's, man, because that's what you're doing. Even when you go into the drug world, you're at the bottom of the ladder. You're expendable. As you see, I think they said something like there's like a million Negroes in jail in America. You know what I mean? Dudes are incarcerated like on a high level. Now them crackers ain't getting incarcerated like that. They're taking the drug money, and Epstein and them guys, they got pleasure palaces and party islands where they're sniffing cocaine off a little boy's scrotum, while you niggas are going jail. They're the ones really making all that money off the drugs. JP Morgan, all them cats.
When it goes blurry, just put your hand in front of it and then take it off. It should refocus. Zoom in, zoom out, and all that.
Because that shows you the church pastors in Harlem, and they were basically sellouts to Esau, man. Because even one church pastor said, how about we don't have white people around us so we can deal with our own business, he said to him, the church pastor. But he had to still deal with Esau because they had to take it to the top governments. You know, that whole civil rights, they got infiltrated by Esau hard, man, because it ain't the truth. But then you just getting messed up, man.
It's the money, man.
And it's still to this day, you don't know what the answer
Hey, get that scripture, man. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Y'all don't know the answer, man. You don't know that.
Hey, it's easy for Esau, man. It's easy for Esau. Esau is like, listen, man, when you got money, when you got a group of people that ain't got shit, and you got the money, it ain't hard to find someone who's willing to do whatever it takes to get that money, man. Because we've been impoverished. Really, life ain't about money, man. Money is a fucking tool, man. It's something you use to do shit. But like, when you've been impoverished for so long, the money becomes something more than what it is. Like, to Jake, money's like it's everything. Money. It's like, because you've been poor for so long, it's like, money. Like, that's all they talk about in their songs. So Esau's like, this nigga really think $1 million is a lot of money. Like, these Edomites done been making millions. I was watching one thing, they said people have got this whole idea about being a millionaire, like, because it's like being a millionaire was something like 200 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when $1 million was like $1 million. Them dudes are now trillionaires. And you're still hung up on being a millionaire, which being a millionaire will get you like a house and a fucking Ferrari. And that's it, you're done out here.
Then your money's gone.
Real talk, a million, if someone gave you £1 million right now, and you wanted to do it on a normal standard millionaire level, you'll buy a 600 grand a house, 230 grand car, get some drip, get some ice,
A watch, couple
high class holes, and you're done out here. That's it, the money's done.
You got to go back to Esau.
You gotta go back to get
do something, man. You got to work through, you got to bend over, you got to do something.
But there's something called being hood rich.
Yeah.
If you got $1 million in the hood, you're like you're on a whole different level. But among Edomites, like I'm saying, these elites is like, give that little nigga $1 million. Even though that's like a crumb that fell out my ass, he'll do whatever I say for that $1 million. And that's how we get all these sellouts, man. Because they'll do whatever it takes for that little crumb, because to them, that crumb is a whole lot. They got no integrity.
Yeah, that blood and bone. I'm sorry, bro.
You want to get that scripture, man. That's our people. That's why that new Harriet Tubman film. Now that there's actually a history behind that. The Underground Railroad, they got 2 niggas to write and produce the shit, and the shit, they changed up the whole thing. They made the black man look like the fucking enemy. In the film,
the new movie.
In the new movie, the guy that's chasing down Harriet Tubman that wants to kill her is a black man.
And they tried to get Julia Roberts to play. They said about Julia Roberts playing her. I saw that. Something about Julia Roberts playing.
Julia who?
Julia Roberts, some like white actress playing Harriet Tubman.
Oh no, she ain't playing Harriet Tubman.
But they were gonna do that.
Oh,
they were saying they were gonna do that. Get like an Edomite broad to play Harriet Tubman, bro.
That's crazy.
Some real shit, for real, bro.
But they basically had it where if you watch the film, the main villain is an actual so-called black man. Now all the black historians are like, there's never been a black slave. What do they call it again? Slave catcher. There's never been recorded in the history that there was a black, whether male or female, slave catcher. But for this film, they made up a fucking slave catcher that's a black man, and then he wanted to kill Harriet, and then the white man fucking, the slave owner, white man, fucking saves her by killing the black dude because he wanted her alive. And everyone, they're boycotting the film now. That film's going downhill because everyone's like, that's not historical. Now, they might turn around and say, but it was written by a black guy and directed by a black woman. So, but those guys are sellouts, man. So that's what they'll do. They'll get these guys and say, oh yeah, you guys are making a black film, but they're going to make it the way Esau want them to make it, man.
Yeah, his creative interests came from Eve.
The sellouts, man.
He didn't come off
one woman, she said her son, her 11-year-old son, they had to leave the fucking cinema. He was crying because he was scared of the black man. So what's that doing? Psychologically, what's that doing into the mind of that child?
Your own people as enemy.
The black man is the villain.
Yeah, he's a demon. Yeah, that's
Esau's whole MO, man. From the start.
Yeah, it's true. But you gonna have sellouts that's gonna be put out there, so that he could say, well, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with the film. You know, it was, you know, a black person wrote it, a black person directed
That's
it.
why. That's why.
Sellouts,
You know,
man.
it's funny because that's why, you know, you were supposed to have black Superman and, you know, all that, and then, you know, anything. I mean, black. We keep using this word black. Which I don't like
anything
that,
with
but I
Jake,
don't know,
anything with Jake, right?
Yeah, it's lucky. I'm just using
That black, that black.
You know, with that black. But you know what? But that's why anytime we watch something like we see, you know, Idris Elba is like what was the gate guardian, and then the Spirit had it where, you know, Jakes were getting these roles that were just not typical fucking gun bosses. So, you know, and that puts a spirit in Jake. But that's why they don't promote that.
And he was still serving Esau anyway.
Well, that's how it usually is. Because you know what, the whole thing was that Jake in the movie, he's gonna die first. Well, look, let's put him on the
Or
spot.
Esau was running it. Blade had Whistler.
So it's Jake Black
Black Panther had that white boy CIA cat. I mean, we could go down the list, man.
So that's what they do, man. But then, you see, but
Django.
like Superman, they don't want to do that. Like, you know, because Superman's a cop. They'll never get that. They always get the primey. Or what, Thor. You know, Thor's always that, you know.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed demon.
You know?
That savior.
Yeah, that blonde-haired demon.
That blonde-haired,
It's all
blue-eyed
psychological,
demon.
man. So these people are sellouts, man. And then when they make that film, if any of them niggas had any kind of integrity, when they read that script, they would have been like, yo, hold on, like, you know, hold on. What do you mean, black slave catcher? But you know that money's up, but we'll pay you the. Oh, man. You know? Well,
This is hell, man.
sellouts everywhere, man.
This is 1 Timothy, chapter 6, start from verse 9.
Remember 8 Mile, the guy that Jake goes, this is shit is a horror flick. He said when he's battling Eminem, he said, but the black guy doesn't die in this movie. He said, remember that? Remember that? That's real, it's just real shit. We ain't gonna die, we're gonna live, man. You're gonna die. Whoa, man.
But they
The black guy
that will
doesn't
be,
die in this movie.
but they that will be rich fall
Black.
into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, that is carnal, man. The love of money is the root of all evil. And that's why Esau can buy a nigga cheap. And there's no shortages of sellouts, man. There's no shortage of a nigga that's willing to do any madness just to get that money. And it ain't just in the entertainment industry. We all see how fruity these fucking niggas in the... First they paid niggas to be gangsters. Now they paying niggas to be straight up faggots, man.
Yeah,
straight up. Like I was watching that Russ character with LD. I don't know if you've ever seen the fucking music video. Oh shit.
Russ, the driller.
Yeah, the driller. Fucking driller. Mans are all in there in pink coats with lollipop.
Oh,
Yo, the comment board was lit, man. Man's like, what the fuck? If you hear the song, it's some hard driller song. But in the music video, mans are all in there with lollipops and pink jack. I'm gonna show you later, man. Yeah. Hey, but niggas being paid out to wear dresses. You know, they're doing all that for the money because they're getting paid the money. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna do whatever. So Esau say, yeah, wear that dress. They're gonna wear the dress, man.
Yep.
The Israelite thing, you get guys learn the truth and then they start changing up the doctrine because they're getting paid. Because the money becomes what they're about, man. No integrity.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. All these sellouts, man, that on every level, they're gonna be dealt with, man. For not retaining any integrity, man. What the fuck is you doing, man?
You know, there's power in telling E to F the hell off. You know, there's power in that, man.
Yeah, man.
You might be you think you're at the bottom, but your head's up there, man.
But that's like
F
that
they
brain,
get the hell
you
out,
gotta have
you
that
fuck
brain
you, man.
spirit, man.
There's
What the
power
brain,
in
that's
that,
why I
man.
love that scene. You had the cracker. That is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You see the cracker, he fought because he got the money. I can buy and
Oh, yeah.
I can buy and pay anyone
they'll have what's your price? You ever seen them films?
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah,
price?
yeah.
Every man has a price.
Yeah.
Name it, yeah.
So when you're the elite, you're like, I can get anyone to do anything, whether it's for $1 million or $2 million, he'll do it. But then Bane kind of put it on them. Like the guy was like, but I paid you. It's like, this gives you power over me.
Yeah. Can't. That's true, man. That's true, man.
Hey, and all the
What's
money
selling
that
out
these
to
elites
folk?
got, they ain't gonna buy out. Hey, when your house, hey, get me that. It's a real quick, man. Give me that Revelation, the 20th chapter, man. When
Well,
Yahweh Shai comes in them chariots,
Yeah,
man,
he ain't-
the elites still gonna have all their assets. They gonna have the gold and the silver, the rubies. You know, they gonna have all kinds of things to offer. You think you think Yahweh Shai is gonna, yo, man, we give you some gold. Will you go back to the spirit world and let us rule for a little bit longer?
Hell no.
Alright, guys, I'm going
You're going in slate. You're going down, man.
You know? Yeah, man,
He's just Jake. There's power in telling these people just these devils to f off, man. You think money? You look at that money, and then you get that money with Esau's face on it, man.
have
They
faith.
need- Yeah,
That,
man.
what
Have faith,
the
man.
power is having faith,
It
man.
is. It's just the power. Man.
Why? You know the things of the devil are temporary, but that which is of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is forever. The Lord has promised stuff that pay off. Why can't you wait for the Lord's reward? Why are you taking the reward from the devil? That means you don't believe in the Lord's reward. And that's already what it comes down to, man.
Yeah.
You don't believe that the Lord is what does the scripture say again? He that cometh to me must believe that I am and I am a rewarder of him that diligently seek after me. But Jake don't believe that. Jake only can see that check. You want to see the check there. Yeah, he's got the check. All right.
You want Revelation 20 or Revelation 19?
Sorry, it's
Coming
19. It's 19. You're right. Just get Yahweh Shai. When Yahweh Shai comes back, Yahweh Shai ain't a sellout, man. So you're done, Esau, man. You might be able to buy a nigga cheap, but you can't buy none of the elect. And you sure as hell can't buy Yahweh Shai, man. Simple as that, man. Because we're beyond money, man. We understand that our Heavenly Father made this world. Why would I sell out? Why would I transgress against the Heavenly Father for money when the Most High created everything that's on the planet? The Most High created. If the Lord wanted to make another planet and give it to me, the Lord could do that. But here I'm gonna take a couple pieces of silver from Esau when the Most High can give me a whole planet made of silver, like it's nothing.
That basically means Esau's your God.
Exactly.
Worship the dude.
Hades,
Worship him
man.
as the sun, the moon, the stars, and everything that, you know. When you look at water, you think, oh, thank you, Esau, white man, for giving me this.
Yeah. For
That's
drinking
slave
water.
life, man.
And then
You're
Esau ends
drinking
up
water,
burning
you're praising Esau, you're thinking, oh, thank you, Seven Trent water and all that. You know, that's fucked up.
It's true. Thank you, Esau.
Revelation.
For this sip of Evian.
Yeah, well, they do that, innit? You never have it every year. You know, you're not thinking about the creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about the creator.
They show them adverts in like in the mountains. They show them adverts in Ethiopia. They go and eat them, man, you know, just with a little baby just pouring water into his mouth.
It's true,
Like he
man.
invented that shit.
It's true, brother, man. You got the whole earth, and you got to thank him for a little. I mean, come, this is this.
Our inheritance
you
is
got-
way over anything Esau could offer us, man. So fuck Esau, man.
Thanking
We're
you.
going down anyway. Esau gonna be begging us for respect, man.
Yeah.
Gotta read that, man.
Revelations
Put man in captivity.
19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai, man. He's gonna, Yahweh Shai, the Lord's gonna get the revenge, man, for, false gods. You know, that's one of the biggest transgressions. Looking up to Esau, you might, no, that's a big transgression. Coons is a big transgression. Elam come over here to start worshiping, but their gods are idols anyway. But for you Israelites, you're disrespecting Yahweh Shem Yahushai in believing in that Esau is God. That's the ultimate disrespect. That's the first commandment.
It's idolatry, man.
That's right, man. You're going to, they actually believe that he's without him, there wouldn't be no water, man. And you know what, a lot of Jakes, they think like that. But if it wasn't for these companies pumping, no, they destroyed the earth. You didn't have to go to Esau. If you want to get spiritual, but how can you prove that? If you want to get spiritual, it was a time where
Now all of a sudden
it's just drink.
Yeah, this is some setup, man.
And there's actually still places on the earth that
False
can do
flag,
that.
bro.
There's actually places you can still do that at, man.
They're doing it in French as
you
well.
know,
In French,
Same
so
thing, is
bogged
it?
down, drunk,
Got attacks on it,
no
yeah?
philosophy.
Fucking hell, bro.
First of all, plumbing and all that wasn't Esau's idea anyway. That's an ancient
That's an
idea.
ancient
Aqueducts.
Yep.
We had plumbing in the natives of the Americas had plumbing. But Esau stole it. Our plumbing was made of gold and shit. And Esau came and stole it out of all it. Hey, look it up, man.
Yeah.
Esau, you know Esau's the ultimate fucking. Hey, what was that thing called? Scavenger. What's that thing called again, man?
Culture
Scavenger hunter,
vulture.
son.
Okay.
That's Esau's the ultimate dude that you leave some shit lying around, boy.
Just take it.
That's it, man. Go on, man.
And Act is his after fucking years, like. This is
Yeah, they did that with all the
I
different
invented all
cities,
this.
man.
Scavenger, man. Verse 12 again. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written, but no man knew, but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And
The payment that Yahweh Shai is coming to take is really blood, man. Like, it's gone past money, man. You can't buy out nothing out here. Let that be known, man. That the money is really non-consequential. Like, a lot of times our people want to focus on money. We don't really want money from Esau.
That's a sellout spirit,
this earth really belongs to us anyway.
That's it.
Like, it's our inheritance to possess the earth. It goes beyond money. We're supposed to have land and sheep and all these different assets that are available on the earth. That's just something the Lord gives us by default. Like, fuck Esau, like, we're gonna have that anyway. But what we really want from Esau is his pain, his lamentations. That's what we really desire to get out of him, man. He gotta pay, man. He's gotta pay, man. And he making all these new films trying to sanitize slavery. Hey, that's what my man Tone said. You gotta go back and watch Goodbye Uncle Tom.
Yeah,
That's one of the few films that didn't sanitize slavery. A lot of these films they make, they sanitize it, man. That hits it straight raw as to what the so-called white man is really about to this day, because he really still doing all that freaky shit.
And it says, and the armies.
Hey, we went into the slavery museum in Liverpool, man, and we was in there, and then there's one part in it just shows you bare hell, Jake's catching dogs, biting Jakes and in captivity and all that. Then the next room you just got Michael Jackson. Oh, then now it's like this is the new era now. Like, you done well now. It's just got BBC presenters and what are you talking about, man? You're still in captivity, man.
No, that was like the next room.
Yeah, the first room was the dogs biting up Jakes and all this, man.
That's
demonic,
because
bro.
if you add up all
demonic,
these
man.
entertainers and guys,
All these
first of all, they really ain't got no wealth. Secondly, they only make up like less than half a percentage of our population.
You know what else?
So what's that?
You know what else we did as well? Downstairs, they had little huts. Oh, this is where you.
Yeah. It's a Hamite shit. That was Hamite shit.
This is what I'm saying.
That one there, yeah.
No, but it was like, you know, just little huts. That
yeah,
was just
mud
your whole
huts, like,
existence.
yeah.
So you went from
Yeah,
that. So people are gonna think, what is that all it had?
Yeah, they showed you that, man.
It's
In
just all
Liverpool,
mind
man.
games.
And then
Esau's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, that's just.
he's a piece of shit, man.
it's a real
And
piece of shit.
that's all like to commemorate really our destruction. That's what that is. Because most of the people in there was crackers, man.
Oh, they had friends, had little spear.
It was fucked up, man. And you just see all the devils were just all in there. The devils were just all in there, like looking at it. Oh, and then when you know they get weary when you're around, right? But come on, man. That's just to commemorate our destruction, man. And that's what we want from you, man.
All people always had different mans living on different levels, man. Fuck me, man. You know what I'm saying? Not every man was rolling around with a spear. Just like, come on, man. Stop.
Come on, that was some demonic
We
shit.
had all kind of civilizations, man. Stop it, man. From a teepee to a palace, man. We had everything, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, finish that and get that precept over
Yeah, I got it here.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed with fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, by which it should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of a fierceness.
So if Esau, you want to give us anything, give us rulership. We don't want your fucking money, man. So don't even bother trying to pay us off, because we don't we fucking hate you, man. Like, we don't want to be around you. Like, in this world, if you get money, you kind of got to be around Edomites, man.
You do.
Yeah, you know, like, because they're the ones that's got money too. So if you want to go somewhere, and it's fucking annoying, like, anytime you want to go somewhere that's kind of nice,
Outside of the hood,
you gotta
Outside
be
the
around
block.
these creepy ass crackers, man.
That's it.
So that's another thing, man. It's fucking annoying, man.
You're selling out to
they
be
said
around
that-
Edom, man.
Their neighborhood.
They said that, and this was years ago. Obviously, there's more Jakes now. Anyway, and the Jakes probably make more of this because Jakes are the sons of the sea.
Yeah.
But they said that England's like 95% white, you know, Edomites. But you know, obviously Jakes is but when you really go to those towns at night, you want to go to the coast or you really want to do something. You're around these devils, man, and you find out very soon that it reminds you of slavery.
You up?
It reminds you of transatlantic slavery. As soon as you go to them towns, straight out,
They're creepy ass crackers.
creepy, and you know.
I was just gonna say, even in London, within some of the companies that are within London, when you get when you're around some of them, like they have a demeanor, like they always have like the so-called black woman in the position of power, like the management position or the higher up. Above the Israelite man, and then you can see it in the way that they deal with them. It's like they deal with them on some, come here in my pits and just make sure the slaves are operating how.
Now there's a level that in most companies, and it's real. The company I work for, it's known that you got Jakes that be managers and all this shit, but then the upper management, they'll make sure that that's reserved for Edomites.
Yeah.
And then one thing they'll do, see how Edomites are smart, they might promote a Jake, but they'll wait 20 years to promote you. But you'll have a young Edomite coming through 21 and they'll shoot up. See how it works. So they'll be already earning that big money for 20 years before you even get there, man. That's how Esau do a lot of bullshit, man. That's why the only solution, and you know what, man, I see certain men are starting to realize that, like, there really ain't no working it out with Esau.
There's no
working it out. This man has to go down. Like, we can't. There's no way for us. Like, before we even get there, I was watching a doctorate, and he said that he done the statistical analysis that really, when it comes to your wealth and being black, education don't really do nothing for you. They done the statistical analysis. Even if you get that higher education, we still haven't been able to catch up with Esau because he's got too much of a head start. Like, wealth ain't got nothing to do with earnings. People get that twisted. You can have earnings but not have wealth. Wealth is generational, and they already got the generational wealth.
Or for your back in captivity, man.
So how you gonna catch up with them? So really, the only conclusion is the answer education? No. Is the answer no? The guy even said.
You know what? Used that documentary with that Jake, and he was losing it. Remember that one, Britain's Hidden Slave Master?
Oh yeah.
And then they was talking about how you go around, and he probably is. That's probably why they allowed him to do that with his tear ass. But when they went all around England, they was every share and county all slave owners.
Yeah. Hey.
So that's where you live in that. Right?
Even in that same show.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got a precept.
Yeah, you got. That's good. That's
Go
good.
on. Get that precept.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Now you talk, but as long as you got the.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that it's gotten to the point where Jake has tried to find different ways to make it in this man's society, but the ultimate conclusion is what we read in Revelation. The ultimate solution is Yahushua coming and taking this man down completely taking him down. That's the only way we're going to be free to live. Once we can't do nothing inside of this man's system except be a slave and just wait for the day he's taken down and get our minds right. That's the only thing we could do, edify ourselves spiritually. Outside of edifying ourselves spiritually, you ain't gonna make it in this society, man. Because these creepy ass crackers.
You know what? I might as well.
Yeah.
Go get that real quick then.
It's Ecclesiasticus 11 and 21. It says, "Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is..."
Trust in the Lord and what does it mean to abide in our labor? Like even the guy said, in terms of, no one ain't saying you can't get an education. Because he said, look, education, just know that, but getting an education won't make you wealthy. Just know that. If you get an education, you're learning to think critically. You're learning to, and that's what it is. You're increasing your wisdom in certain things. But that's what it is. Just like us, brothers, we go to work, we improve ourselves, but we know it's not for the purpose of this kingdom. It's the purpose of our self-development. Yeah, you're supposed to be developing yourself and do what you got to do in this kingdom. Don't get that twisted. But with the understanding that you're not gonna make it in this kingdom.
This is temporal.
This is Esau's kingdom. We gotta have our own kingdom. And that's what a lot of our people, they can't get their mind around that. That's why what we're saying is so crazy, because they can't get their mind around Esau. Like, move Esau out the way completely. Do away with him. Yeah? And have our own thing.
That reminds me of that Jake, man. He does that lecture, and at the end he goes, the conclusion